What is good, everybody? Welcome back to Chins and Giggles. Happy Friday, everybody. Okay, guys, we had to do it, y'all.
Yes, it just didn't feel right, honestly.
It didn't. If I'm being honest, it did not feel right. Like the Monday uploads, it really did work out with our schedule a little bit, but at the same time we were like, wait, no, we could actually film on Fridays and pre-film and still have it up on Fridays.
Mm-hmm.
So happy Friday, everybody. I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. Cheers to Friday.
Energy.
Cheers to Friday, guys. If you're on your way to work right now, girl, what are your plans later?
Right?
What y'all doing, girl? We're in March now.
Okay.
That's actually why I'm wearing green today.
Really?
Yes, I'm in the spirit. I was like, it's March. I'm wearing green. St. Patty's is coming up.
Is St. Patrick's next week?
It's in a couple weeks or next week.
Okay.
And also Raul's birthday month too.
Yes, mama.
So I'm just like in the vibes today. I was like, okay, come on, March.
Representing St. Patrick's, representing Raul. Okay, queen.
Period. And we're also going to Vegas this month, you guys. So that's gonna be a fun ass trip, Mayra.
I'm so excited. I feel like since the year started, like every month has been so significant.
You're so right. That's true.
Like I really was thinking, and like I love that we're living it up this year. Mm-hmm. January we had our launch with Shein. That was like a big thing for us. February our birthday. Plus we went to Cancun. Now March Vegas. What's up, girl? Like
in April,
look at us.
And in April we might go somewhere for Mia's birthday.
Yes, girl. Like every month.
Cause girl, birthday parties are fucking expensive, like crazy expensive. And I really been thinking
it's
like
Noah's birthday April too. That's crazy.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. That's crazy.
A lot happening.
I got the idea from Luis because, like, okay, so my brother took his kids to Japan for their birthday.
Oh, that was so iconic.
I was like, okay, Japan, like queen shit, you know? And he was telling, like, we were talking about it, and he's like, you know what? Yeah, like, it's because of the parties, like, it just takes so much time and effort, so much planning, so much money. Mm-hmm. And he was like, I'm taking my kids to Japan. And I was like, that is actually genius. To make memories for days, like for a week long trip.
You probably end up spending like what, the same?
You probably end up spending, honestly, less.
Or less, yeah.
Like genuinely, because okay, so Mia is a Disney queen. She loves Disneyland. I haven't taken her in a while because, you know, after I had Camila, like we haven't been able to go back. But we're gonna be going to Disney World most likely. We've never been to Disney World. So we want to go, and we'll probably be going for her birthday. I'll probably be doing like a week over there. Iconic. And, you know, that just makes so much more memories too. Also, a lot of parties, you throw them, and you also like, it's kind of like for the people. Like, of course, it's for you and like your kid and stuff.
It's mainly for like everybody
Unfortunately,
overall,
yeah, like it's so expensive because of, you know, catering to everybody and stuff.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's more beautiful to like make memories, and it's a whole week thing too. So
yeah,
I was like, you know what, we're gonna go on a trip.
I love that.
And then also, now that I have 2 kids, I'm like, 2 birthday parties in a year is crazy. Like, it's just like the planning is like, it's stressful, okay?
I have always noticed like a lot of mamas, they will always do like a first and second birthday, and then from like the third and up, you kind of do more like as a family, like certain things, right? Am I right or am I wrong?
No,
like,
yeah,
right?
You're right, yeah.
I feel like the second birthday is like kind of just as significant as the first. Do you feel that?
Yeah, oh, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
And number 2 is yeah, birthday number 2
the
is still...
first one, like they're really not fully enjoying it as you would think. Okay, the third one, I could see it being significant.
Especially
every year is significant, period. But
especially for a girl, because like 3 is like the quinceañera.
Oh my gosh!
So that's why we did like the princess theme for me and stuff. Oh. So I feel like with birthday number 4, I'm like, okay, we don't have to have like, I want to do something, but I think we're gonna like do the trip. And I'll have Camila's first birthday this year.
Oh,
it's just a lot of planning, and it's honestly stressful. So I'm like, 2 birthday parties, like
that's crazy if you think about it.
And y'all know when I have a birthday party, I'm going all out. There's no way around it. I always tell myself, like, let's do something chill, and then I get too excited, and then I always like have to go crazy. Yeah. So I'm just like, I'm just gonna wait for Camila's first birthday. And then for Mia, like, I'm going to take her to Disney World because she's like, she loves Disney. So
oh my
we'll do that.
So
we'll just do that.
Speaking of kids, you see Peppa Pig girl on the news. Well, first of all, I don't watch Peppa Pig. Noah doesn't either. But I did see her mother is pregnant.
Mommy Pig or Mummy Pig. Mummy Pig. It's
Mommy
pregnant.
Pig is pregnant. She was on the news being interviewed.
Literally
talk
on
about marketing.
national television announcing her pregnancy.
a queen.
A whole interview. Like, that's some queen shit.
That's some real queen shit.
Mia is actually the biggest Peppa Pig fan.
Aww.
Like, Peppa Pig is her thing. Bluey was her thing for a while. Right now, it's Peppa Pig.
Oh, really?
Right now, she wakes up and she's like, Peppa Pig. Like,
That's
Peppa
so
Pig
funny.
is her girl.
Does she ever like do her accent?
No, actually, no. I'm
That's
shocked she
good.
doesn't. I'm shocked that she hasn't picked up a British accent.
Bluey has an accent too, though.
Yeah, no, she hasn't. She just knows like all the names. I remember one time I said something about like mommy or something about the pig, and she was like mum. She corrected me that it's like mum
Oh,
or like daddy. Like she says those accents when she's
Daddy.
referring to them,
okay.
but like she calls me mommy. I don't know.
Okay,
But,
she knows.
But she's a huge Peppa fanatic. So I showed her yesterday. I was like, I'm gonna show her, see what she says. And I was like, look, Peppa Pig's gonna have another baby brother or sister. And I showed her the interview, and she was just cracking up. She thought it was the cutest thing ever.
Aww.
And she kept laughing, and then she kept asking me like, "Let me see Peppa Pig's mom. Let me see Peppa Pig's mom." And she wanted to see like her ultrasound and stuff. And she was like, "She's having a baby." She was so excited. I'm like, "Yeah, she's
That's
having a
so
baby."
funny.
And like, Georgie's gonna have because the little brother. I was like, he's gonna have a little brother or sister, and Mia was just so excited, and she was even pointing out her little bump and stuff.
The
like,
daughter's called Peppa. Her name's Peppa.
her name's Peppa. Peppa and Georgie are the siblings.
That's so cute.
And Peppa's been 4 for like 20 years now.
Okay, she's gonna have a handful. 3 kids now.
3 kids is crazy.
Mama, I'm literally
Mumsy.
Mumsy. I wish you the best of luck, Queen, with those 3
I just
toddlers.
when I saw the announcement, I thought it was the cutest thing ever. Because that has to be the most genius way to announce a new character.
That is. Now I just have questions though. You said Peppa's 4.
Yeah, she's about 4 years old.
She's about 4.
And then I think Georgie's like 1.
What if this baby starts becoming a toddler too? Are they just going to be all toddlers?
No, I think this baby's going to be like an infant for the next 20 years for sure.
Okay, I see what they're doing.
I love that. This is like a rebrand for them.
That is a rebrand.
And you know how it said, like the announcement said coming June 2025? I'm getting the vibes that there's a new season coming in June 2025.
I mean, of course.
And it's going to start off her at the hospital giving birth.
That's some queen. That's like,
and that is so like the marketing.
She's in her vlog era.
The marketing geniuses of it all, because I'm going to be tuned into that episode.
Really?
And you're going to get adults to tune in, because now she's not just a cartoon. Now she's
relating to mamas.
Now she's she has a social status.
Okay.
And it's actually genius. I don't think it's cheesy. I don't think it's dumb. I think it's iconic.
I think it's so cute. I thought I found out through the announcement. Literally, there was a picture of them, and the next slide was like the ultrasound. I was like, okay. Iconic.
I think it's so cute and so genius.
I thought it was like fake, but then I saw it was like Peppa Pig's page.
I thought it was fake until I went to YouTube and saw that there was a literal interview on Good Morning Britain, which is basically like the equivalent to Good Morning America.
Honestly,
I was like, wait.
That's some queen
Geniuses,
shit.
you guys. Geniuses.
No, literally.
Who's to say that a cartoon character can't be relatable?
An influencer,
literally.
I love her.
In a world of Ash Trevino, let Mama Pig be a fucking influencer.
That part.
Like, let her have her moment.
Ash Trevino has lost her fucking marbles. She's been insane. No, Karina, she's been crazy. No. We just talked about her last week. Mind you, like, we were just
congratulations,
about
Mama
her.
Pig. That's all I gotta say. Can y'all just leave that poor pig alone and congratulate her?
Are they coming for her?
No, they're just everyone's thriving for her.
Let her live her pregnant fantasy, girl. Like she's about to pop. Leave her alone.
Right? I'm so excited for her. But yes, Ash Trevino is just off her rocker. And honestly, I feel like there's moments that I just feel bad about talking about anybody, because as a content creator, you never like to be talked about. But I genuinely feel like there is times where people will jump on a bandwagon for somebody and just
like a hate train.
A hate train. And with Ash Trevino, I genuinely feel like that's one person that I look at and I'm like, I don't feel bad for you. Like, you are such a hateful person.
Dude,
like, are you fucking okay?
With, like, going on racism?
Does she have any remorse at all?
She literally wants to be with inmates. The worst of people. That tells you about,
you know, how some people
character.
have, like, some people online, they're just misunderstood and they're just misunderstood.
Yeah.
And they have a bad look. But
yeah, there is a few influencers where I feel like they're misunderstood.
Right? And deep down, I'm like, no, like, you're just misunderstood.
Ash Trevino continues to prove to me she's understood exactly how the fuck she is.
Exactly. Her, I see her and I'm like, it's because you are just like, I don't think you're misunderstood. You're just fucking vile.
Yeah.
And you need some serious fucking help for the likelihood of your children. Like, if you give a shit, why are you putting your kids through this? Like, the fact that you don't think it eats their daughters alive, Mayra, every day, like, thinking about all the hate the family gets and all this stuff, all because their mom doesn't know how to fucking act her age. So last week that we spoke about her was just kind of a gist of her. We didn't even, like, dive into it at all.
Yeah, I was saying how, like, I had lost respect for her when she was, like, trying to get in contact with
Chris Watts.
And I'm barely hearing about her ex-husband. He unalived somebody.
I didn't even know that.
I didn't know that either.
So 15 years ago, Ash Trevino's ex-husband, who is Isaiah, was involved in the unaliving of a man named Muhammad. I just can't even, like, fathom how her fucking mind works. I can't. Disgusting. It's disgusting. So she goes on live and she's almost like praising her ex, talking about, oh, Isaiah this, Isaiah that. He's innocent in my book. Isaiah this. Like, he'll always have a soft spot in me. And she goes live with Muhammad's daughter. So she goes live with her.
How does that even happen? Like, how did they even get in touch?
I'm not sure how that even happened, but she goes live. She joins a live, and it came off as disrespectful, especially with her body language. It just came off as disrespectful. Her basically saying, like, Isaiah. But you can't even say the victim's name. Like, say his fucking name.
Yeah.
Say his name. Your man unalived him. Say his name, you know? And his daughter basically said that. She was like, he has a name, Muhammad, and she listed his full name, say his name. And then Ash over here, like, I'm not going to say his name if I don't want to. If you're not going to come to me with respect, I'm not going to come to you with respect. Your dad got what he deserved. You know when you see people and you're just like, you piss me off just by looking at this shit?
Yeah.
Whenever I see a TikTok of Ash Trevino on my phone, my day's fucking ruined. Yeah. I'm like, you piss me off.
Yeah.
And seeing that shit, like, she was so proud too. And then she said some racist ass shit too.
Yeah.
She
brought up 9/11.
Insane.
Yeah.
How does this girl even fucking, like, how does her mind work?
Yeah, she was saying that he was part of 9/11 because of his name. Like, insane.
Does she have any
but you know what? Like, I feel like I feel like the hate train, without people realizing, you are giving her that light.
We're giving her that light right now too.
Unfortunately. Like, people just need to stop giving her all the fucking praise, because even if it's all just hate, you're putting her name out there.
You're making her money out there.
She does not deserve that. I already had lost respect for you for the whole Chris Watts thing. I thought you were like a little
like, are we, you guys, are we like,
but damn,
like the whole TikTok community, y'all, like, we see her say all the time how she loves inmates and defends them for unaliving women and are doing whatever the fuck that they do. Like, she doesn't give a fuck, especially with this, literally telling a victim's daughter, like, he got what he deserved. Like, bitch, are you fucking... I can't even believe this bitch has any type of gifters, any type of support. TikTok, like, this is one of those things where they should step in and ban her ass forever from all her devices. I can't. And then the next day, she goes on live, like, her apology. It's a fucking train wreck.
Oh my gosh. Well, speaking on, like, you know, people like unaliving, the Gabby Petito show on Netflix. Do you remember the whole thing that had happened back in August 2021.
Yeah, I do remember that.
It was viral everywhere.
So a girl goes missing, right? And she's an influencer, right?
She was just starting her YouTube. She only posted one YouTube, her first and last YouTube video.
Oh.
Yeah. If you guys haven't seen the documentary or were ever part of that like whole craze on TikTok, Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie, which they were both engaged, decided to live a van life. They dropped their jobs and they were just living in a van and started to travel.
And they were documenting it, right?
And
like
she
as
was
influencers,
she
right?
was documenting it because she wanted to, become an influencer. She was doing YouTube. Well she
at the
never
time,
did
too,
it. She hadn't posted anything yet.
At the time too, 2021, I do remember a lot of van people that were living in their vans, creators.
Yeah. Yeah, so she wanted to start documenting and she did. She was only able to post her first and last video on YouTube, and it's still there. Oh. Yeah, she was like documenting her life. And with this documentary, they did use a lot of her raw videos because she was like vlogging the entire time. So it helped piece the documentary together a lot. I remember when I saw it on TikTok, a video had surfaced of her. They had gotten stopped in Utah.
Oh.
Do you remember that video that was released?
Yes, yes.
They had gotten stopped by the police because somebody had called and complained that there was like a man in a van like hitting his wife, and they were like swerving. That's how it started. There was a call.
Oh my God.
And if you watched it, basically she's just crying. She's talking about how she has anxiety and that she has like OCD. So she's just been like stressing. It's been a stressful day, and they've just been fighting. And
she's telling this to the officer.
They're also interviewing him, and like basically they end up separating them. They give Brian a room for the night so that they can like cool off. And he's kind of like the victim. They play him to be the victim.
What?
Because she was the one attacking him. That she never said, like, she was blaming it on herself. She's like, it's all my fault. Like, I did it. I know. Like, which is so sad because that's how a lot of victims are brainwashed to feel. So she was apologizing that she was like anxious and she caused all this, and she just has had a stressful day. So I can't really say everything, only because like I would be kind of giving away the documentary, right? Like you have to watch it for yourself.
Yeah.
But basically that's how I found out about her, and I think that's how like the majority of the whole world found out about it, because like that was released and it was like, what the heck? Like she literally went missing, and there was almost like opportunity for them to complete. It's because it was hard. The police, they heard what they heard and they separated them for the night, but they actually chose to like get back like together that night. So from there it was like downhill. But she went missing. Brian's parents were very fucking involved. It's so obvious. The documentary ends up showing a letter that his mother wrote to him. And I'm only going to give you a little snippet, but it said, "I will help you hide the body."
What?
Yeah. Burn this letter after reading.
Wait.
Got it. That's all I'm saying, guys. Watch the show. It's insane. And these parents are still walking free.
Okay, so when I heard about this case, it was still a mystery. Mm-hmm. I didn't know that he was convicted and everything.
Coward as man. He unalived himself too.
Oh, he did.
Took his own life.
That's so true. That I forgot.
Such a coward, Karina. He was missing also too, right? Like he was also missing when he like unalived himself. He went missing because he went on a hike. They were looking and looking and looking and looking and looking for him for like a while, days
Do
on
they
end.
know how he unalived
Looking for him. Yeah. And then finally one day, his parents decide like, we know where he's at because we know where he hikes. And they found him within an hour. Why didn't they speak on him weeks ago when they were looking for him?
So they find him, there was a chance he was alive.
Decomposed. He's already just bones at that point.
They knew that in the beginning there was a chance that he was still alive, and they were not gonna say where he hikes at because they wanted him to get away.
So the theory with a lot of people is like, is he still alive? And did they wait? Because if they found his body still intact, they wouldn't be able to play off that like it was him. You know where I'm going with it?
I don't.
So they're saying that because his uncle was a dentist, and he was able to identify the body through his teeth because he was his dentist. So people are saying, like, why is the family involved trying to, like, identify him? Like, how did you guys know it was him? So the way everything was, like, articulated, it just didn't make sense. Like, the family, too, they knew for so many weeks. Like, why didn't they go? Like, right then and there, they were so worried about their son. So people are saying he's alive. And everything was so planned out so well.
Is that what the documentary says?
No, in the documentary, they say that, like, they found his body. And you know what?
So speculation.
There's speculation, but out of respect for even Gabby's parents, I'm going to say he did unalive himself, because that's like that. I can imagine how.
I feel that he did.
That's stressful.
I feel that he did. And I think that the reason they said they didn't say anything for weeks is because they thought there was a chance he was alive and fled. And they were like, we're not going to say where he hikes because we want him to have time to flee, you know?
Yeah.
I think that's what happened. And then after they were like, well, he's been missing for weeks. Now we're concerned about him. Like, and that's when they revealed where he hikes.
It's just so crazy, Karina. It is so obvious he did it. It is so obvious he did it. Like, she's literally missing. She's missing. The parents are already calling the police. And they show up to this parent's house like, where's Gabby? They're thinking that Brian and Gabby are still in Utah. And they're like, Brian's here. The van's here. But he doesn't want to talk to anybody. We already lawyered up.
Wait, so he goes back home and everything?
Yeah, with the van.
And then later on he does that?
Yeah. Oh. Because that's when, like, people, like, were showing up to their house. He was already there.
Wow.
But isn't that crazy? Like, the biggest dead giveaway, like, they're already looking for her, and they go to the parents' house, like, to try to get information on her and Brian. And they're like, Brian's here, and the van's already there. But she's missing.
Oh, hell.
And he doesn't want to talk to anybody because they're already lawyered up. Like, you just gave it away.
I mean, if he's dead at this point, can they arrest the parents? Like, fuck.
And you know what? This mother gives me the same energy as Ash Trevino.
Please tell me that bitch is in jail.
They're walking free.
Because for her to say in a letter, I'll help you hide the body. There should be some kind of justice served for Gabby, and it should be that bitch because she was willing to hide a body. Mm-hmm. She should be in jail. This episode of Chins and Giggles is brought to you by Booking.com. Booking.yeah. Every time I use Booking.com to find a place to stay in the U.S., I know they'll have exactly what I'm looking for. They have a huge variety of options from hotels to vacation rentals, and I'm always able to find something that fits my specific needs. I found that Booking.com has something for everyone. Now that my baby's a little older, I have been so excited to travel with him. I use Booking.com to find the perfect rentals that I know we're going to love and he's going to enjoy. Oh, I'm the same. I like using like filters where I could actually find something that has a playground, for example, or maybe a nearby museum for the kids.
Wow,
I love that. Booking.com just makes traveling so easy. I mean, I could literally get the entire trip booked just on Booking.com.
Honestly, the goal for this year is to travel the world.
Girl, mom life could be travel life too, especially with the kids getting a little bit older. I'm like, okay, I'm ready to travel as a family.
No matter who you are, Booking.com helps you find the stay that's ridiculously right for you.
Find exactly what you're booking for on Booking.com. Booking.yeah.
On a lighter note, we went to Top Golf last week. It was
monumental for us because I feel like we hadn't gone out in a while and
without
left our
the kids, girl.
It was wonderful.
It was actually so fun.
It was. And if you're childless at home, you're probably thinking like, that's just a regular outing, queen. Nah, we had the time of our life.
No, literally.
I think it was our first outing together, like without our kids.
Like, I was so excited.
It was a blast. Getting like dolled up and getting ready and going out.
I felt like I was like a teenager.
I felt like I was on vacation.
No, same.
Just for that night. Like, dead ass. I had the time of my life.
Me too. And actually, Noah did incredible with my mother-in-law.
Oh my gosh.
That's a plus, because I've kind of talked about how he's like really attached to us, and he did so good.
I know. It was so much fun, guys. Like, just getting ready and going out with the girlies and just having a blast. And something about like the mom life too, where every day kind of just repeats itself, the same thing, same thing, same thing, same thing. And where you're just like living day by day the same life, and then you go out for the weekend, get dolled up. Like, honestly, like for me, when I get ready, like I'm getting ready for the podcast, like here to get dressed up and stuff. And then if I'm going out somewhere, like my day to day, like I'm bumming it all the time.
Period.
So to even just get ready, even something like this, like on the podcast, to come on and just get ready, it like uplifts my day and just gets me excited for the day.
Yeah, you're like, it's Friday, let's go.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, because like when you look good, you feel good. Like when you get ready, you just want to take the day on.
Absolutely. We were out here taking shots. Like, what were we celebrating? A mama's night out. That's what we were doing.
That's exactly what we were celebrating.
Parents' night out. Mama and daddy's night out.
Parents' night out is what we were celebrating. I had so much fun.
Like taking shots after shots at Topgolf.
It was so much fun. And like I feel like the birthday vibes were still there because we had just got back from the trip recently.
It was like our birthday month.
And then Elizabeth was like buying us drinks and stuff for our birthday. And I was just... the gratitude was just iconic. Like I loved it. It was just a freaking blast.
I had a blast.
I feel like I hadn't gone out with my friends in a while like that, where we all go out and like leave the kids behind and we're just like vibing together.
So we went to Topgolf because the vibes of like the bars.
The vibes are crazy. I love it.
But I kind of golfed a little bit, but like my main like peak was just like drinking. Like, I don't even remember.
I loved how they had, like, every floor had a bar.
Yeah.
And music.
Yes.
So,
it's Friday. We could go again, girl. Didn't we just
I gotta go to work today.
Well, tomorrow, maybe. I like, you know what it is? Like, they actually recommend having date nights every single week.
Oh, shit.
Like, I've seen parents.
That's hard.
I've seen parents that do it every single week, at least a couple times a month.
You know, as a parent, you don't even realize how necessary it is until you go out.
Yeah.
And you're like, wow, we really needed that. Mm-hmm. The next day, Raul and I just kept talking about, like, damn, that was so much fun. Like, that we needed that. Mm-hmm. That was so fun. Yeah. I also didn't really golf. I did golf. I did. It was fun. I feel like it looks a lot harder than it is. Like, I'm not a sports girly at all.
Yeah, I don't care if I win
I'm there for the vibes. I'm there for the vibes, and I'm going to hype you up when it's your turn to golf and all. Yeah. But I'm definitely there for the vibes of like, okay, there's a bar and there's like music and then like the golf. It's just the vibes for me.
Definitely.
It's so cool. It's like massive.
It was huge.
I never knew it was like, I don't know why when I heard Topgolf, I was just thinking like mini golf vibes.
Yeah.
Like this is like a whole building, like a 3-story giant ass building with like this huge...
We even had like a fireplace area.
They had a fireplace. The place was just the most iconic thing. If you want a recommendation where to go where you could turn up and have a blast,
with your friends,
go do Topgolf. It's fun.
You know what we haven't done yet and we've been wanting to? Those rooms that you do karaoke.
I can't believe we haven't done that.
I cannot believe it.
Honestly, I can't believe it. You're lying. How have we not done karaoke like at one of those places?
Like that would be so iconic.
I don't know if they have any out here. But we should look for one. We should. I remember in LA they used to. I think I went with Alex one time. Out in LA they have these rooms that you book out, and the room like you're just chilling, vibing with drinks, and it's just karaoke.
Oh my gosh, that sounds so much fun.
Yeah. Have you ever done an escape room?
No,
me either.
I feel like we would be so stressed.
So an escape room, like the goal is to escape, right?
Yeah.
So you're kind of putting yourself like in flight or fight, like flight.
I think you're like putting yourself in a state where you like for what? I already deal with enough stress.
Right? I'm already at fight or flight all the time.
Right?
And now you got me in a stressful situation where I have to escape. I'm already claustrophobic. How do these rooms look?
Have you seen that thing where it's like, how do I tell my anxiety? Like, how do I tell my body that I'm just being anxious and I'm not being confronted by a bear right now? Like, fuck.
I'm not being confronted by a bear.
That is so real.
Oh my gosh, that part.
Like, girl. You know, You know who would really enjoy an escape room? Brian.
You think so?
I feel like he would be the one. Too. He would be the one to get us out of there.
I don't like problem solving.
No, we'd be just there following the guys.
I would be like, why are we still here? Like, why are we not out of here yet? Like, what's going on?
Yeah,
but maybe it's fun. Maybe it is fun because you have to like work as a. Wait, do you have to escape yourself or are you working as a team?
You're working as a team to escape.
Okay,
from what I've seen. You
you know
what else like has intrigued me? Those what are they called? Where you just like break
rage rooms.
Rage rooms. I actually heard that it's not as healthy as you think.
Oh.
You're actually like normalizing raging.
Really?
And there should be better ways to control your anger.
Oh.
Yeah, you're like teaching yourself that you could break stuff instead of like knowing how to discipline yourself when you're angry.
Teaching yourself to like act on the rage.
Yeah, instead of disciplining like when you're angry, like how can I calm myself down without breaking things? And I'm not gonna lie, I would really benefit from it. I'd be like fucking breaking shit and letting it out, you know. But it's like, am I doing good to my mental state?
Oh, okay.
Right? Isn't that a little crazy if you think about it?
I think one of the good ways to do is like working out, right? Like,
okay, there's
really letting off some
steam. That's
steam.
what they're saying. There's better ways to let it out than actually physically breaking stuff.
Oh my gosh. Did you see the dad that uppercut that preteen?
The best thing I've seen this morning.
You guys, there was a dad on TikTok. Well, he was caught on video. He's confronting this girl that she looks like about 13 years old. She's a preteen, she looks like. And because she was bullying his son, who he looks like he's like 5 years old. Like this kid looks like 5 to 7 years old. He looks little. And he's confronting her and telling her like, you know, like don't mess with my son, whatever. And instead of being embarrassed like a normal person, this little entitled brat, she gives him like sass, huh? She gives
like
him
goes
sass.
Down to like
she responds to the dad like with sass, like okay, Baba, and then she goes down to try to continue to belittle the little boy in front of his dad. So what does the dad do? Before she even gets to speak, he uppercuts her, and it was the uppercut that was heard worldwide.
Whoo! I try to put myself in that position.
What do we think?
Because you said there's like mixed people, like oh, you know.
Well, I feel like a lot of people are on the dad's side, you know.
As they should be.
It's one of those things that you're like, you know, he wasn't right, but he wasn't wrong.
One thing about like, no, truly, I feel like you have to be a parent to fully understand this. One thing is you bullying my kid and me not being there and hearing it after. Another thing is you having the audacity to do it in front of me for me to see it. Bitch, I'm uppercutting you too. I don't give a fuck. Call your mama too to come over here.
And I don't want to like
yank that bitch's hair. Like something.
And this is not to promote that. Obviously, like
maybe people should hear that I will whip your ass if I see you bullying my kid. Because you cannot be out here doing that.
Yeah.
I don't care. I was bullied in high school. I wish my mom would have came and beat them bitches' asses. I wish. And this is me being a teenager. Imagine a kid that doesn't have their own voice. You are not bullying my kid in front of me.
Because is it the right thing to do? No. But I do put myself in that position that if my baby is
Karina, just put yourself in that position.
And you had the audacity to do that and I'm going up to you and you're giving me sass, a part of me wants to say like, no, I'm going to be the bigger person. At the same time, I know that like the disrespect would feel so intense in that moment that I would 100%.
So intense, the audacity.
The instinct would be to swing on you, bitch.
I'm sorry, like
yeah, and go call your mom too, because she's about to get the next ass whooping, bitch. Like
that fucking part.
Because why the fuck are you not disciplining?
Like I'm sorry, like yes, can you address it differently? Yeah, but sometimes words don't do it. I don't know. I think it's just like because like I think about Noah. Like I'm really like as a parent putting myself in that position, and just like hearing it is one thing. Even just hearing it, I would be so fucking pissed. Seeing it. I'm like, sorry, but
you're right here in front of my face. Yeah.
Like you're the disrespect. Like if my baby's not going to defend himself, I fucking will for him. I'm sorry. Like
I saw a comment like if you're old enough to talk that shit, like you're old enough to catch these hands.
After even being confronted by the parent. The audacity.
Like you're a fucking brat for even answering like that to an adult. Like that's telling you don't bully my child.
Yep.
Sheesh.
I don't know, like a girl, like I think like I have a compassion for that because I was bullied so badly in high school. It literally like when I see when I hear of people that unalive themselves because of bullies.
Okay, I saw a comment on that, Mayra.
Oh my gosh.
I saw a comment that said, I'd rather spend a few nights in jail than to see my kid unalive themselves from
that part.
Bullies.
Oh, that part. That is the saddest thing ever.
And I'd rather do fucking jail time. Like,
at this day and age, how are there still bullies?
These fucking bullies need to learn. Mm-hmm. And I think sometimes the only way is to slap a bitch.
Yeah, it really is. They say fighting is not the solution, but what happens when you confront a bully, when you finally step up? Like, they most likely won't do it again. I mean,
I'll tell you what, she's never gonna bully a kid again.
She's not gonna get near that child again.
She will never do it again. And that is a real lesson learned. She will never do it.
I don't think she'll ever uppercut her.
I don't think she'll ever do it to another kid. I don't think she'll ever do it again. Period.
Yeah.
That's the only lesson. That's the if she was gonna learn a lesson, it was with an uppercut. I'm sorry to say it, but
oh my gosh. No, I feel like times have changed because people are so like about speaking up these days that it shocks me that that's still a thing. Because even when I think about back in high school, it was so obvious I was getting bullied. Like, teachers wouldn't really say nothing. You could literally have a crowd around you bullying you.
And the teacher would be like, break it up, you guys.
Break it up, instead of like really checking on the kid. Other students would see it too and they wouldn't say anything. Like, can we normalize not just bullying, but actually standing up for people? Mm-hmm. Like, actually stand up for someone if they're being bullied.
Yeah, instead of just walking past a bully's ass.
That part.
You know what? I think it's something even more frustrating too is when the parent sees their kid acting up. For example, like, let's say you're at the park and your kids are playing and a child is, kids fight, like little kids, like they're, toddlers are selfish, for example. Yeah. They might be fighting over a toy or something, but let's say you see another little boy hit Noah. And, that's normal, right? It's normal kid behavior for kids to get into it. But you see the mom, she saw everything happen and she doesn't say anything.
I think I'm not mad at the kid because they're kids.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm mad at the parent because you're just letting it happen. But I will say that I have experience where parents don't do anything. I remember when I used to work at the drive-in theater. I used to work like where the snacks were at the snack bar. And I remember we used to have the credit card reader obviously there for the customer to swipe their card. And I remember this kid was probably like 5-6 years old because this kid could easily reach over the counter. And this kid was like pressing buttons, like slamming the credit card reader. And I'm thinking like, okay, like, you're a kid. I get it. Like, trust me, I get it. But you're allowing your kid, like, you're not even telling the
damage property. That's not in their house.
Dad wasn't saying like a word. He was just letting him fuck it up. I'm thinking like, this kid's gonna rip it off the cables at some point and toss it across the room. And like, what, are you not gonna say anything?
Oh my god!
Like, I'm not even upset at the toddler. Trust me, I have a toddler.
Like, what do you even do?
If I let Noah do that, he would do it. But if I'm not publicly like,
first of all, if I go somewhere like a restaurant or anything, and Mia's, like, if she's even trying to touch a card reader, like, hey baby, don't touch that.
Right.
If you're even trying to touch
I always think about that scene though. I'm like, oh my gosh, some parents really just don't let him fuck shit up at your house, girl. Like, that's your house. You're out in a public setting. Like, I was just like, it was pretty awkward. The dad really didn't care less. Like, he had to, and it was one of those slow days where it was just him and they were my only customers. And I'm thinking like, you are just like, you're hearing the chaos right now and just completely like, it's not happening.
I think it's even cringier when somebody else is like kind of hinting at it, like, hey, let's not touch this. Let's be careful with this.
Yeah.
And the kid is just like, obviously not listening because you're not their parent.
Yeah.
And the parent is like, even after you're hinting, you're like, okay, let's try to not touch this. The parent is just completely oblivious to it. And that's when I'm like, girl, I
hope I'm not like that parent.
Oh my God, no.
Oh my gosh. No, but you know what I'm saying? Like because you notice it. Like, I just hope I'm not that parent where like,
you're not.
You know what I'm saying though? Like, because sometimes like, okay, let's say sometimes like I don't notice, right? Like,
no, that's normal. Sometimes I don't notice it. I look over, I'm like, oh, Mia, what are you doing? Oh my God, I just noticed.
Yeah.
That happens.
Yeah,
that happens. But when, you know what I mean though, right? There is parents that will just be like, let them go off. Not my problem today. Like,
yeah. I don't know, but
I feel that.
And I think there's like a difference. Obviously, like it's like the same thing. There's like certain things that are tolerable. Like, okay, like let's say if I'm in a plane, like if Noah's acting up, like, okay, so when we flew to Cancun,
that's normal,
and he's crying, I'm like, Noah, like, baby, like I'm really trying to like figure out what you need. Like, I'm trying to calm him down.
Okay, there's that versus like a child kicking the crap out of a chair and their parent not telling them anything.
Yeah.
Because
what I'm saying is that sometimes people think they could interfere and be like, hey, shut your kid up. And it's like, I'm trying my best. So I think there is balance to that.
I would never do that to tell a parent, like, shut up your baby. It's like, they're being kids.
Yeah. So like when Noah, he did really good, but like flying back, he had a moment where he was just fighting in his sleep. And he was like, literally, like at some point, like he was crying, like screaming.
I mean,
I
thought it was okay. It was normal.
And me as a mom, I'm like trying to calm him down. I'm like talking to him, like really, but in the back of a parent's mind, when your kid is throwing a tantrum, you're thinking about what people are thinking.
You're like, oh
because you don't want to be an inconvenience.
I know what you mean.
And I'm thinking like, I hope they can see that I'm really trying to calm him down. I feel like
most people like that, you know, most parents will look at it. Like every time I see a mom on a plane,
I'm just like, girl, don't worry.
Every time I see a mom on a plane, I'm looking at her smiling like, I know, queen.
Yeah.
I know I got my kid here too. She's about to start screaming in 5 minutes.
Yeah. They're all the kids are the same. So I feel like that's where you draw the line.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when kids are being kids. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's
yeah, for sure. Then versus like a kid like kicking the hell out of your chair and like nobody has told them anything.
Yes.
Because I've experienced that when I'm sitting there and like a kid is going full throttle kicking the crap out of me and I'm thinking like, no mames, like I know he's kicking, girl.
Yeah,
say something.
No, I know. I also do think though, like sometimes you can have each other's back. Like if you don't see what your kid's doing. Like, say we're in an outing, right? Sometimes, like, Karina will tell me, like, she'll be like, Noah's, like, doing this. I'm like, Noah. Or sometimes I'll even tell me, I'm like, Mia,
like, I'll just be like, Noah, baby.
Yeah. So, like, when Karina hears me tell Mia something, she already knows, like, oh, shit. Same thing with Noah. Sometimes if I don't realize it, I'll hear Karina, and then I'll be like, oh, no, Noah, what are you doing? So I feel like it's okay to also have, like, each other's back. Don't be embarrassed to tell your friend, like, hey, girl, your baby's doing, like, tell me. I want to know because... maybe I'm not seeing it happen.
A lot of times I'll just approach the child like in a mom way, like, oh baby, like let's not touch that. Let's go over here, you know?
Yes.
And that's
like even if it's not your baby, like it's okay to, you know,
you're just
be like,
being
hey,
a mom.
Baby, like,
you're not being like, hey, you kid, you know. You're approaching them like if they were your baby, like, hey baby, okay, let's go over here, let's go, you know, you're just redirecting them.
Okay, to wrap up this episode, I kind of want to know what the girlies are doing. I know springs are basically here. Honestly, the weather has like shifted. But, like, what are we doing this spring, this summer, girlies? Like, okay. What's in? I know, like, I had, like, a neutral era, and I feel like I'm in my color era.
Oh, I love that for you. I'm not here for neutral like that.
Yeah. Like, I'm, like, living for this
I love that for you.
I feel like I'm discovering, like, I always loved pink, but for a while, I kind of let her go, and I'm, like, I love pink.
Okay, I love that. I love that for you.
Yeah. But I feel like a lot of us kind of got stuck in that, like, neutral, beige vibes. So I feel like people are bringing the color back.
I'm here for not just color. I'm here for contrast. Mm-hmm. And I think that's why I love black hair so much.
Okay.
Because I love like you know, the hair with like a white top.
Okay, I love that you mentioned that.
Or like I feel like
I'm going black. I'm just kidding now.
Or like blue. I think looks beautifully contrasted against black hair. Yeah. I think pink looks beautifully contrasted against black hair.
Do you think black hair is an accessory?
I think it's the outfit.
Have you heard of blonde being the outfit?
I have.
First of all, having blonde hair or balayage, whatever, you can't not style it. It looks crazy if you don't style it.
Okay.
So, and I feel like it does play a big role because it's not just, it's like a color that has dimensions. It's like you're accessorizing your entire fit. Mm-hmm. But I also feel that about black hair, it's so like such a statement that it is your outfit.
But then also, I go back and forth. I feel like black is a statement, but then at the same time, I feel like it's just all one color. And sometimes I'm like, okay, like I have been going back and forth about that. I'm like, I think I'm just gonna get myself a cute balayage wig.
Me.
I think I'm just gonna get a balayage wig to really mess around with it. And in 1 week, if I want balayage 1 week, I'll be balayage 1 week.
I need to find a good balayage wig.
And I think I should just do that so that I could like be able to mess with both colors and not actually like damage my hair.
I love that for you.
You know?
And yeah, like regardless what people say, like bleach is always gonna damage your hair. Like it always is. Like that's why you have to style it because it looks crazy if you don't. Like like poofy and all. But what are the girlies doing? Like, okay, I really feel like I'm in my like small purse era, like over the shoulder purse.
I love that. Yes, the over the shoulder. Yes.
Oh my gosh, Elizabeth for our birthday gifted us the cutest Coach purses.
Cutest bags ever. I love her.
Become my everyday bag.
Yes, it's my to go out bag.
I love it.
I love it so much.
They're so cute, and those are like, you know, little shoulder bags.
The shoulder bags are it. The kitten heels are it.
Kitten heels. Yeah, like what are we doing kitten heels? Because like I feel like I've been wearing them every single day.
I'm not wearing any other heel.
Right? No, like for real. Or
unless it's like a thigh high boot. I'm still in my thigh high boot era. I know, like, I feel like that's not a thing that much anymore.
Yeah.
But I still like me a thigh high boot.
Okay, she's a queen.
I mean, not thigh high, sorry, knee high. Okay. Thigh high, I don't think I've seen it in a bit. Knee high, sorry. Like my knee high leather boots, like I'm still here for her.
Okay,
although, like, but I feel like the kitten heels are more in.
Oh my gosh, you guys, I have a little tip that I actually saw on TikTok. If you're wearing like a casual like crew neck, you could just cut the top off and like you make her like a little edgy like this, like how I have it right now.
I feel like that used to be it too, like a few years ago.
Yeah,
like,
and it's like it's not anything new or like, you know, newly invented.
I love her.
But I feel like sometimes you can really just like change your style. Like, look,
accessorize the look. Have you seen that? Like instead of wearing it, you are, what's that term? Like you're not wearing it. You were, you know what I'm talking about, right? On TikTok, where it's like a shirt and a top, but it's the way that you are dressing it together, and putting it together that really like puts the look together.
I also feel like I'm a big jewelry girl.
Wearing it.
Like even not having rings right now, I'm like, but I feel like I always have to have my earrings and a necklace. It doesn't matter, even if you don't see them. Me knowing I have it on.
I have like my everyday earrings. Like I really like how you have like different, you do different earrings.
I do different
I love that. I always just do like the same earrings, but I have to have my dainty necklace and my earrings.
Earrings like become your go-to that you wear daily.
I feel like these are like my go-to right now. Like,
yeah. But like even if you can't see them,
like I need
like, just knowing you have them on.
If I leave the house without earrings, I'm like, oh my gosh, wait, I don't have my earrings on.
If like so
no one's gonna notice, but I will.
Years ago, I wasn't a jewelry girl. Like I would get like earrings and necklaces, and I would never wear them. And now, if I step out the house and I don't have a necklace, if I don't have earrings on, I had a rough morning. I didn't even notice I don't have earrings on.
Because even if I'm stepping out with no makeup, I better have my earrings on.
Yeah. So it's just like, you know what it is? I was asking like, you know, what are we bringing this spring and summer? But I'll say this: we're bringing the girly vibes. We're bringing the girly vibes.
The clean girl.
Clean girl. You know what though? Like even clean girl, like I don't want to categorize my style like in a certain like, you know what I mean? Like it's just me. Like that's Mayra's style. She wants to be girly. She wants to be colorful. I feel like I'm like I am bringing out like the real me. I remember like, you know, Fashion Nova, like they started bringing like the really like edgy, like baddie vibes. And I was like trying to hop onto that baddie like outfits. You could be a baddie, but
in your own style.
In your own style, like
girly. I like clean girl meets edgy.
Yeah, that's cute. I love the baddie era, but it's just like it just depends. Like yes, I love the baddie vibes, but
I also love the baddie minimalistic, like
baddie minimalistic, because there was an era that I'm like, this is not me, where I was doing like neon colors. I was like doing like specific shirts with like certain phrases on it. I'm like, that's just not me. Like that's not my style. Yeah. Am I making sense?
I feel that.
It just depends, like I guess what baddie means to you, because I could probably wear an outfit that's like baddie vibes, but I wouldn't consider like what I would have dressed as before that. I felt like it wasn't me, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes any sense, but yeah, I'm excited for spring and summer.
I'm so excited.
But I think that's gonna wrap up this video. Happy Friday, you guys. We hope you guys have an amazing weekend, and we'll see y'all in the next one.
We'll see you guys next week. Bye, ladies.